Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Augusta, Illinois in Southeastern High School as the Southeastern Lady Suns play host to the Macomb High Bombers tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Evan Wagner will be on camera again tonight. It is Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High sports here tonight as we have, again, two of our coverage area teams doing battle tonight here in Augusta, Illinois. The Fresh Soft team, JV, whatever way you want to look at it. Fresh Soft when they're playing by themselves, JV when they're playing with varsity. The Suns won the West Prairie Fresh Soft tournament, beat Macomb. They've beaten Macomb twice. And I think Macomb, according to Coach Rexroad, is ready to get after the Suns here tonight. So we'll see what happens. Two very good matches from what I understand before. We'll see what happens as we're about ready to get underway with the Fresh Soft contest here this evening, and then we'll go on in our next stream to the varsity contest. You are watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in coverage of Macomb Bombers and Southeastern Suns sports here this evening, live from Augusta, Illinois. This game being brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales, with locations in Macomb and Augusta. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.lbsellscars.com to check out their inventory. And Adams Experts, looking for top-notch computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts, your go-to when your computer goes down. So we are doing things a little different tonight, running on cell phone, as I made the unfortunate mistake of leaving some of my equipment with one of my other shows. So hopefully we'll get through this A-OK tonight, and I think that we will. We should have plenty of signal according to what I did with my testing. As we get ready to go here for the Suns, it's going to be starting number 22. That's Adriana Starks, I do believe. Number 8 is Jalen Van Beck. Number 15 is Morgan Wilcox. Number 25 is Tegan Rigg. Number 3 is Taylor Phelps. First time I've got to see her in a Suns uniform. And number 20 is Kara Stevens. For the Bombers on the far side, number 5, the setter, Sophie Wilson. Jordan Hines is out there as well. Emily Westerhold is there. Number 23, Dakota Thorman is there. Holtz, I believe, is technically a starter in the back row. She'll come out, however, and she's actually going to come to the front row, so she'll start. Westerhold goes out. Also in the back row, number 10, Taylor Baldy, starting. And who did I miss? Thorman is back there, and I think Westerhold will come in for Thorman, so Holtz will play the whole front row. Thorman will go out, and Emily Westerhold, who just served 24 points against BPC last night, is going to start things off. I will tell you, she's serving from a different spot on the floor, however, and she's serving from the offensive left, defensive right. Wilcox with the serve receive. Van Beck, a bump set. It goes over to Kara Stevens. It's dug by Shootman. Bump set Westerhold. Shootman on the attack into the net. A side out with a hitting error to start things off for the Suns as they get their first point. And coming back to serve is going to be number 25, Tegan Rigg. Rigg serve. Tegan is going to serve up an ace. So Tegan Rigg gets the first offensive point of the match. We're having some problems with the camera, just like we did at the start of the night last night. Every time we turn it left, so I'll have to work on that. Jordan Hines with the attack. Kara Stevens tips it across. We bumped across free ball. Starks is there. Middle, it goes to Stevens. Stevens is blocked by Holtz. And a kill block for Holtz. And a side out for the Bombers. And Jordan Hines going back to serve with her team trailing by 1, 2-1. Hines served. The lefty brings it to Rigg. Van Beck, outside it goes to Phelps. Phelps goes down the nets, dug by Shootman. Tipped across and out of bounds. Sophie Wilson tried to get the tip to drop as she hit it a little far to her right. Defensive left, and it's a side out. Coming back to serve is going to be Jalen Van Beck. It'll come back on, folks, as soon as we, turn the camera back to the left. I'll have to work on that again. I worked on it last night. I was sitting right by the camera there. Holtz gets a kill. We didn't have that problem after the fact, but we are having a little issues again tonight. 3-2 as Shootman goes back to serve now. Shootman serve. Wilcox is there. Van Beck to Stevens. She tips it, and a kill for Kara Stevens. Her first. Suns' first. It's 4-2. Stevens is there. Van Beck checks it down. Kylie Putnam sends it across, middle to Holtz, and it's going to fall. Holtz gets the kill now as we're having some more technical issues. Sports corner kill for Holtz. It's her second. She's back to serve now. Down the line. The kill goes for Riley Smith. Back to serve is Taylor Phelps. Shootman is there. Quick, it goes to Thorman. Rigg. Van Beck's going to push it back to Hines. Outside, near side, it comes to Fox. Fox is dug by Stevens. Van Beck tracks it down. Rigg goes to it, taps it down, and Rigg gets the kill for the Southeastern Suns. It's her first kill. And another kill for Rigg. Tipped. Van Beck is there. Stevens sets to Putnam. Putnam dug by Shootman. Westerhold. Fox, and it's going to come down for a sports corner kill for Addison Fox. Gets the side out for the Bombers. And a kill, a sports corner kill for the Bombers. And it will be 7-5. Bombers trail by 2. Van Beck out to Rigg. Rigg goes down the line and gets the kill. Rigg gets her third kill. And Starks serving a service error. Side out back to the Bombers. Fox going back to serve. Serve. Phelps. Van Beck. Back row attack coming from Stevens. Dug by Westerhold. Wilson's going to set back to Jordan Hines. She comes cross court. Starks is there. Out to Rigg. Rigg goes deep. Westerhold goes to get it. Wilson comes near side to Shootman. Shootman across court and out. Side out and a point to the Suns. Coming in for the Suns is going to be Wilcox. She's going to replace Riley Smith, who was in the front row. Morgan Wilcox. serve. Westerhold is there. Shootman taps it across and gets, or not Shootman, I guess. That was Thorman, excuse me. Thorman gets the sports corner kill. Her first. Westerhold's serve goes off of Taylor Phelps. It's pushed across. Middle it comes to Holtz, and it's in off the touch, actually, and it's a point, and Holtz gets her third sports corner kill. Westerhold gets her first service point. It's 9-8. Bombers trail by 1. Phelps is there. Van Beck, a bump set to Stevens. Stevens through the block. It's dug by Wilson. Hines is going to push it across now. Rigg. And pushed across by Van Beck. Back set Hines. Hines is going to hit it out. Good job by Wilcox to lay off that one. Morgan Wilcox went up to get it and then thought better of it. Let it go. And it's a hitting error and a side out to the Suns as we continue to have problems with the cord. We just go out to get a new cord, so bear with us. The ball came up here and dang near got me. Rigg gets the service point on the hitting error. Hines. And Stevens is going to hit it out on a hitting error. 11-9, Suns with the lead. Bear with us. As I said, we are getting a new cord. Nice job by Van Beck to knock that down. Even better job by Westerhold to dig it back up. And across court, Shootman goes, and it's a hitting error out of bounds, 12-9. As Van Beck goes back to serve. And a point for the Suns, another service point for Rigg. And the Suns lead 13-9. We'll take a break and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
I went through MDH when we were trying to get pregnant. We were struggling the first year, and then when we got pregnant, I stayed at MDH and through labor and now for pediatrics. My experience was nothing short of phenomenal. I was met with amazing staff members who helped me through concerns that I had when she was first born, helping me learn how to be a new mom. It was really reassuring and comforting knowing that I had so much support and kindness around me. My entire pregnancy at MDH was amazing.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular.
And welcome back as Van Beck gets ready to serve. I forgot she's the one that served the last one, not Rigg, as the camera is, I think, fixed after the timeout. Shootman on the attack. It's dug by Wilcox. Van Beck tracks it down. To the net it comes, and it was too close to the net. Phelps couldn't do anything with it. It's a side out to the Bombers after the timeout. It's 13-10. And a service error. Into the net it goes. Point to the Suns. Kara Stevens coming back to serve. Riley Smith's going to check in. Wilcox is going to check out. Taylor Phelps holding the show up a little bit, tying her shoe there. There's bright orange shoestring on her blue shoe. Blue shoestring on her bright orange shoe. And a nice hit by Holtz. Rigg couldn't do anything with it. And it's Cadence Holtz's fourth sports corner kill. And back to serve she goes for the Bombers with her team trailing by 3, 14-11. Into the net, a second straight service error for the Bombers, who served so very well last night at BPC. Are struggling a little bit here in the JV contest with the serve, and Taylor Phelps is going to go back to serve for the Lady Suns. Her team up by 4 after the side out. Deep middle. Shootman. Fox with the dig. Stevens with the hit. Stevens with the dig. Riggs going to be on the attack now. Hines with the dig. So we tried to be tipped across by Wilson. She did not get it high enough to get over the net. It's a hitting error and a point for Phelps. And the Suns, they lead by 5 now, 16-11. Shootman comes up. Wilson sets middle. That's Thorman. Doug. It's going to be pushed across by Rigg after the set by Stevens. Back row attack coming from Hines. Stevens is there. Van Beck up to Rigg. Rigg goes cross court. Westerhold's there. Wilson's going to set near side. Fox. Fox goes to Stevens with the dig. Van Beck back out to Rigg one more time. She goes cross court to Westerhold again. A little better, more trouble that time. Fox tracks it down, though. Wilson sends it across. Stevens now going to go to Putnam. Putnam goes to Westerhold, who gets the dig. Back set Hines from the back row now. Van Beck's there again. Here comes Stevens for the set. Back to Putnam to go. Down the line and off the block. Fox got her hands up, but it goes out of bounds, and Kylie Putnam gets her first kill. And the Suns get another point from Taylor Phelps, and it's 17-11 here in set number 1. Phelps again to Shootman. Wilson has to track that one down. She does. Fox sends it across. Nice low free ball there. Here comes an attack in the middle by Riley Smith, and she tips it in and home for a kill for Riley Smith. Her first, make it her second. And it is 18-11. Suns with the lead over the Bombers here in set number 1 of the JV contest. Phelps serves up another one. It goes off Shootman. Wilson's going to send it across. Rigg is there. Across an overpass, and Thorman's going to win that battle. We'll give Thorman a sports corner kill on that one. It'll be her second. It'll be a side out to the Bombers. They trail by 6. Going back to serve will be the setter, Sophie Wilson. So they'll have 3 hitters back in the front row, including Jordan Hines, who will be on the left. Thorman will be in the middle. Hines will be on the left, as that time Rigg uses the block and gets the kill. Rigg gets her 4th kill. Van Beck to Rigg. Sophie Wilson, a bump set to Fox. Van Beck out to Rigg again. She's going to tip it down the line. And she got Fox chasing down for the block and went back the other direction. It's 20-12 as Stark gets the kill. This game being brought to you, or Starks gets a point, excuse me. This game being brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales and service and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. And the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day, and they have free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com or call 837-6700 for your takeout. Starks back to serve again. Hines hits it deep and out. It's 21-12. Short serve and ace. 22-12. Shootman. Wilson has it. Middle, she goes to Thorman. Dug by Phelps. Van Beck, middle, it goes to Smith. She hits it deep. Westerhold's there. And Wilson just can't quite get to it. A passing error results in a point for Starks and the Suns, and they lead 23-12. Phelps there on the dig. Out to Rigg it goes. She tips it right down the line again, and they have found the hole when Fox is in that left front position, and they are abusing it as Rigg gets her 5th kill. Starks gets her 5th point, and the Suns are a point away from a set 1 win. Left side it goes. Westerholt is there. Wilson to Thorman. Thorman dug by Van Beck. Phelps goes back to Van Beck. She bumps it across. Thorman tipped across by Wilson, and Starks can't get there. Sophie Wilson is going to get the dump kill for a sports corner kill. Be her first. And going back to serve will be Fox. It's 24-13. Next side out if they don't score 12 straight, or 11 straight, excuse me. And they're not going to. Rigg is going to get the kill, and that's going to end set number 1. Tegan Rigg finishes with 6 kills, and the Suns win set 1, 25-13. We'll take a break, and we'll be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, in just a couple minutes.
It was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
Welcome back to Southeastern High School, 25-13, a set 1 win for the Lady Suns. In set number 1, we'll head to set number 2. This game being brought to you in part by Sports Corner at 124, Macomb's original local sports bar. Sports Corner at 124, with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And Western Illinois University. At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in because purple stands out. At WIU, there is limitless potential with campuses in Macomb, Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out. Morgan Wilcox will start things off for the Lady Suns here in set number 2. As we've reset the scoreboard 0-0. And not the Bombers didn't win set 1. The Suns won set 1. Let's change that, get that correct. And Wilcox will start things off. Here we go, set 2. And it's an ace for Wilcox and the Suns. Morgan Wilcox gets her first service point, which would mean it would be her first ace. She goes back to serve again. Another short serve. Westerholt gets to that one. Wilson back set to Hines. Hines comes across and out. That came right at the table as well. Wilcox is going to get her second service point. She hit it hard enough it moved the table back a little bit, folks. That tells you Jordan Hines is putting a lick on the ball. And that one dropped in right behind Westerholt. She thought it was deep. It was not. An ace for Morgan Wilcox. her second ace in this service, her third straight point, and the Suns are up to a 3-0 lead. Rigg sends it across and gets the kill. Tegan Rigg, I'll get it out in a minute, gets her 7th kill. That's 4-0 Suns. Shootman on the attack, dug by Starks. Van Beck, middle to Stevens. She tips it down. Shootman is there again. Hines is going to bump it back across to Shootman. She sends it deep. Phelps is there. Van Beck out to Rigg. Rigg tips it down. Shootman gets that one. Wilson's going to back set to Hines from the right side. A lefty puts it up. It was partially blocked. It's dug. Now Starks is going to send a free ball across. Wilson sets middle to Thorman, and she mistimed her jump. She thought it was going to be a quick. It was not. And it's a setting error / hitting error, and it's another point for Wilcox. She's got 5 straight to open the set 2 here for the Suns. Deep right. It goes to Shootman. Back set to Hines. Hines gets up. Starks is there. Van Beck goes out to Rigg. Rigg's going to have to push this one across. She goes down the line. Dug by Wilson. They're out of system. Hines is going to have to hit it across, and she cannot on the bump set from Thorman. And it's 6-0 here in set number 2. And a kill for the Suns and a timeout for the Bombers. We'll take a break as well and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Welcome back to Southeastern High School as we have JV volleyball going on here. Westerhold. Wilcox has served 7 straight here. Shootman pushes that one across. Phelps is there. Van Beck, middle to Stevens. Stevens drives it at Westerhold. She gets the, and another hitting error by Hines as Westerhold got the dig. Hines can't finish. And it's 8-0 Suns. 8 straight for Morgan Wilcox. And again, hitting air. 9 straight. Low, Westerhold is there. Thorman, Starks, set by Van Beck, out to Rigg. Rigg goes cross court, dug by Westerhold. Wilson's going to set near side Shootman. Shootman comes down the line, and it is in. They said it was in. It's a side out to the Bombers as Jordan Shootman gets the sports corner kill, her first, and it's 9-1 here in set number 2. Suns won set 1, 25-13. Westerhold's serve. It's an overpass, and it lands in. Looked like it might go out. It did not, and Tegan Rigg is back to serve. She's got 2 service points. That one's deep. Baldy tracks it down. Shootman sends it across. Rigg goes down to get it. Van Beck now sets middle to Stevens. Stevens off the block of Holtz. It's brought down. Holtz. Now Stevens sends it back across. Jordan Hines can't get down to it. And Stevens gets the kill, her third. Rigg gets her 3rd service point, and it's 11-1. And a service error gives it back to the Bombers, who need to get things rolling here. Hines serve. Starks gets it. Van Beck tracks it down. Phelps tries to get it across, cannot. It's a point for Jordan Hines and the Bombers. That's their first service point of the set. It's only their second of the match. Stevens, blocked by Holtz, tipped across by Van Beck. Rigg tracks it down. Van Beck, middle to Stevens. Stevens off the block of Holtz that time and gets it to drop inbounds. It wouldn't have mattered either way, but she gets the kill, her fourth, as they are battling hard in the middle. And Van Beck coming back to serve now, 12-3. Suns with the lead over Macomb. And this is the JV contest, varsity to follow. Wilson backs at Shootman. Shootman's going to hit that deep and out. A hitting error as Van Beck gets her second service point. It's 13-3. Deep middle, Hines is there. A little trouble. Westerhold came to get it, and then nobody else went to get it over the net. Passing errors combine to make a point for Van Beck. Again, Westerhold jumped in front of Hines that time, took it away, and the wheels falling off a little bit for the Bombers here as Van Beck gets her third straight, and it's 15-3. Deep. Shootman's there. Holtz gets it. It's going to be pushed across by Hines. Putnam. Van Beck, middle to Stevens, and she mishit that one. Into the net it goes. It's a side out to the Bombers. And Fox coming back in. Going back to serve is going to be Jordan Shootman for the Bombers. She does not have a service point as of yet. Right side, it goes to Wilcox. Middle to Stevens. Stevens dug by Westerhold. Back set Hines from the back row. Stevens going to get a set near side to Putnam. Putnam gets Shootman to dive down and grab it. She does. Holtz is going to send it across. Stevens takes the set from Holtz and tries to drive it home. Cannot. Wilson a bump set to Fox. She sends it across. Van Beck's there. Stevens going to set it out to Phelps with the bump set. It's blocked down by Holtz. What a block by Cadence Holtz as she gets a service point for Jordan Shootman with the block, and the Bombers have closed it to a 10-point lead for the Suns, 15-5 here in set number 2. Shootman's next serve. Wilcox is there. Van Beck tips it across. Hines is there. Wilson to Holtz, and Holtz mistimed the jump, but she was able to hang in long enough to get a sports corner kill. It's her fifth, and it's 15-6. Shootman back to serve. She's the only Bomber with more than one service point now. Tipped across by Stevens. I'm not sure who went down and actually got that, but Hines is going to send it across. Rigg is there. Van Beck now middle to Stevens. Stevens comes back across her body, and she's going to get a kill. As it looked like she was going to go left, as that's the way the ball was carrying and her body was carrying, but she twisted back, got it to go right. Fox got an arm on it, couldn't do anything else with it. And the Suns lead by 10 again, 16-6. Stevens is back to serve. Back set. Holtz comes cross court. Cadence Holtz, in all the games that I've seen them play, she is playing the best that I've seen her play. She's got 6 sports corner kills now, and it's 16-7. She's got 2 blocks to go along with her 6 kills, and she's back to serve now. Rigg goes down to get it. Phelps comes over. It's going to be sent across by Van Beck. Hines is there. Wilson bumps it out to Fox. Fox is going to bring it across. Stevens grabs it, throws it to Van Beck. Van Beck to Phelps, pushed across by Thorman. Middle it goes to Riley Smith. Now it's tipped by Thorman. Doug. Thorman sends it back across. Van Beck outside to Phelps. Phelps on the attack. It's dug by Hines. Now it's going to come all the way across to Fox, and it is a hitting error. Side out to the Suns, and Taylor Phelps comes back to serve. Shootman is there. Middle it comes to Thorman. Dug by Stevens. Van Beck sets to, I'm not sure if that was Rigg or Smith that was supposed to take that. Rigg bumps it across. Fox on the attack. It's off the block and in. Addison Fox gets the sports corner kill, her third. And it's 17-8. And Sophie Wilson going back to serve for the Bombers. That service there into the net it goes. 18-8. Starks coming in. Putnam takes a seat. Adriana Starks. Shootman. Wilson, back set Fox from the right side this time. Stevens is there. Van Beck back to Rigg. She pushes it across. Fox went there to get it. Thorman now blocked by Smith. It comes over the block though, and Dakota Thorman is going to get the kill. It'll be her third sports corner kill, and she was going back to serve. No, Fox was going back to serve. Baldy is going to come in to serve for her instead, with the Bombers trailing by 9, 18-9. Stevens, an overpass, and Hines went up and just about slam dunked that one, as it was perfect for her, and she gets a sports corner kill. Jordan Hines gets her first sports corner kill, believe it or not, and the Bombers have cut it to 18-10. Rigg tries to stop the bleeding. It's blocked and dug. Westerhold. Shootman's going to have to send a free ball across. Starks is there. Van Beck. Middle it goes to Smith. Off the block of Thorman, and it's going to fall. Riley Smith gets her third kill. And the Suns lead 19-10. Morgan Wilcox back in to serve. Baldy. Now Shootman on this. Somebody was in the net. It was Shootman, I do believe. 20-11. As I took one too many off. And a hitting error by Thorman as she drives it into the net. It's 21-11. Now they took it back to 10. I didn't think I was wrong there. 21-10 is the score. Hines with the attack. Wilcox grabs it. Beck bump set back. Now it's going to be Starks sending it, well, trying to send it across. It went to the net and fell back on the Suns side, so it's a side out. Westerhold going back to serve. After 24 service points in the fresh soft match against BPC last night, she's got just one here in this one thus far tonight. Nearly got another one. Phelps is going to track that one, but can't get it up and over the net. So Westerhold gets her second service point. Stevens. Back to Stevens it comes. She's going to tip it. Holtz had to block. Back set Hines. Blocked by Stevens. Van Beck is there. Stevens now is going to go on second attack, dug by Westerhold. It's going to be out to Shootman. Shootman now across court. Phelps is there. Van Beck back to Stevens. Stevens down left corner. Wilson is there. They're out of system. Westerhold. Shootman into the nets. And a side out to the Suns. 22-12 as Rigg now comes back to serve. She's got 3 service points and 7 kills tonight. She hasn't got any here recently. Most of those were in the first set, 6 of them in fact. Hines going to tip that one across. Phelps went down to get it. Shootman's going to bump set it, and they're going to be pushed across by Wilson. Second touch goes across by Stevens. Holtz is going to tip it out. Right down the line, but it was out by about 2 inches, and Rigg is going to get her fourth service point. It's 23-12 here in set number 2. Shootman going to push it across. Wilcox is there. Van Beck, Stevens, and somebody was in the net. It was Holtz. Another point for Rigg, and it's match point for the Suns. 24-12. This is the exact same spot it was in last time. The Bombers got a side out and then gave up the next point on a side out themselves. Back set to Hines. Hines on the drive, and she's going to get a sports corner kill. It's like deja vu all over again as Jordan Hines gets her second sports corner kill unofficially. She'll go back to serve. Wilcox, an overpass. Holtz tips it down for her 7th sports corner kill. And it's 24-14. A long way to go for the Bombers to force a game 3, but they're still in it at the moment. Jordan Hines to serve. Short. Wilcox goes down. Another overpass. Tipped across, and Wilson gets the kill. Sophie Wilson gets a sports corner kill. It'll be her 2nd. It's 24-15. Hines gets her 2nd straight service point. Wilcox has to go down short and get another one, and then Shootman misses the timing on sending it back across on the overpass, and that's how it's going to end, 25-15. The Suns get the set 2 win. So it's 25-13, 25-15, a 2-set win for the Suns over the Macomb High Bombers. Tell you some stat leaders real quick. Emily Westerhold had 2 service points for the Bombers. Jordan Shootman had 2 service points and 1 sports corner kill. Sophie Wilson had 2 sports corner kills. Cadence Holtz had 7 sports corner kills and 2 blocks. Dakota Thorman had 3 sports corner kills. Jordan Hines had 3 service points and 2 sports corner kills. And Addison Fox had 3 sports corner kills. I will tell you that the Bombers came alive a little bit there in that second half of that second set because they had 1 service point the whole first set. They ended with 7 service points, so 6 of them there in this set. The Southeastern Suns, Kylie Putnam had 1 kill. Taylor Phelps had 2 service points. Jalen Van Beck had 4 service points. Riley Smith, 3 kills. Morgan Wilcox had 9 service points, all 9 of those at the start of set number 2 in a row. That included 2 aces. Adriana Starks had 5 service points, including an ace. Kara Stevens had 5 kills. Tegan Rigg had 5 service points, including an ace, and 7 kills to lead the way for the Suns. That'll do it for our broadcast of the JV contest. We'll take a break, and we'll be back in just a little bit with the varsity contest in the next stream here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. You've been watching Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling coverage of Macomb High Sports here from Augusta, Illinois at Southeastern High School. We'll be back in just a little bit.